Good morning, children. I hope you all might be safe at your homes. So, today we are here to discuss the next lesson in your Moments book of class 9, that is lesson number 4 in the Kingdom of Fools by A.K. Ramanujan. Okay, so basically, this is a kind of humorous story. You'll enjoy it a lot. So this is a story of a kingdom where the king and his minister both were foolish, or you can say big idiots. They had ordered that the night be treated as day and all the people should work only after dark. They should go to bed as soon as the sun came up. Okay, so their routine was totally opposite. Now, and the king's orders were followed by the people for out of fear of death. People were they were also puzzled and they were also not willing to follow. But why did they follow the orders? If they somewhere in mind they feared that if they would not follow the order of the king, then they would be sentenced to death. And this fear of people, this delighted the king and his minister. Now, what happened once a guru and his disciple means student, disciple came to that city of what? Kingdom of fools. Soon, they realized that they were in the kingdom of fools. Now, children, how did they realize that it was kingdom of fools? When the guru and the disciple arrived in the city, they found it beautiful. It was, broad daylight when they had come, and everyone was asleep. So this was kind of, confused. They were just in a confused state of mind. Ki how come everybody can sleep in this daylight? Okay, daytime. Even the animals like cows were asleep. They wandered around the town and found it deserted. Nobody was there in the town. The shops were closed and nothing could be seen outside. Now, as soon as the sun set, the whole city woke up. Okay, and being hungry, they went to buy. Now, after that, what happened? When everybody got up, so after some time, the disciple and the guru, they started feeling hungry, and being hungry, what did they do? They went to buy some edibles from a shop. And when they went to buy some edibles, they were surprised to find that everything cost the same. हर चीज़ जो है, हर चीज़ की जो प्राइस है वो सेम थी, and that was a single dudu. Okay, both of them were delighted. दोनों बहुत खुश हो गए. Why were they delighted? Because they were delighted to find such a cheap city. Now, at this, there was doubt in the mind of the guru. So, he said that no, I would never advise anybody to live in such a place, as it seems tempting, but in fact may pose problems anytime in the life. So, one should think twice before making any hasty decision. So, this was the exact, you can say this dialect of the guru. Okay. So, now what happened that he just advised his disciple, the guru advised his disciple that they should leave that place at once, as it was not safe to stay there. But disciple did not agree to the words of the guru. Why he did not agree, children? Because he was a food freak. He was a very, he was a foodie person. He loved eating, and since he found that the city was very cheap, so he decided to stay there. So by seeing this, by hearing this, the guru just left the place at once, and disciple was left behind. Now disciple, he just started living there, and he ate to his full and soon grew fat. वो बहुत ज़्यादा मोटा हो गया खाकर. Now in the next page, what happened? Meanwhile, there was a unique trial in the court of the king. Okay, a thief. So what was the unique trial? क्या सुनवाई होने लगी? That a thief had broken into a rich merchant's house, and as he was coming out of the hole, the old wall fell on him and he died on the spot. Now, after this merchant's death, his brother, after the thief died, the brother of thief, okay, he blamed the rich merchant for the death of his brother. Now just imagine, the thief is not to be blamed for causing any kind of theft, but the merchant is to be blamed in whose home, you know, the thief broke out. So this is just you know, this is a subject to think. Now, so what happened that after death of the thief, his brother blamed the rich merchant for the death of his brother. He appealed to the king, okay, he pleaded the king, and the accused was summoned, जो गुनहगार था, who was accused according to the thief's brother or according to the king, the merchant. Okay, the accused was summoned, बुलाया गया merchant को. Now merchant pleaded that he was innocent. मर्चेंट ने बोला कि वो इनोसेंट है, वो गुनहगार नहीं है, वो बेगुनाह है. He blamed the bricklayer who had built a weak wall. तो जो मर्चेंट है उसने अपनी सफाई में उसने क्या कहा कि आई एम नॉट टू बी ब्लेम, बट हु इज टू बी ब्लेम, द ब्रिकलेयर इज टू बी ब्लेम्ड हु हैड बिल्ट अ वीक वॉल. नाउ द ब्रिकलेयर वाज समन, ब्रिकलेयर को बुलाया गया. Now what did bricklayer pleaded? Now he pleaded that he held the dancing girl responsible for distracting him. Okay, and then the dancing girl was summoned. Now she again blamed the goldsmith. Now the dancing girl also pleaded that she is not to be blamed, but who is to be blamed? The goldsmith is to be blamed, who did not make her ornaments on time. Okay, now the goldsmith was summoned. Now the goldsmith admitted that he could not make the dancing girl's jewelry on time. Okay, so but he pleaded that a rich merchant had pressed him to make ornaments early for a family wedding. So now the goldsmith also pleaded, okay, that he is not to be blamed, but who is to be blamed? The rich merchant, okay, who forced him to make ornament for for a family wedding. So that rich merchant is to be blamed. Now the rich merchant was the father of the present owner of the house, who was accused by the thief's brother. So can you see how each incident is linked to one another? Yes. So previously, who initially who was to be blamed, children? The merchant was to be blamed. Okay, in whose house the thief had broken. Now finally, who is to be blamed? The merchant's father. Okay, was to be blamed. The present owner. Who was the merchant's father was to be blamed. Now, who was accused by the thief's brother. Now, so this was all. Okay, now the king ruled that the rich merchant was the real culprit. Okay, finally king just told that who was to be blamed, the rich merchant was the real culprit and he was to be punished. The merchant pleaded that it was his father who had ordered for the jewelry. Now the merchant told that I am not culprit. So why the king was blaming merchant? Why was king blaming merchant for everything? Because his father was no more. Okay, so whatever his father would have inherited would directly go to merchant. So same was with the accusation also. So now the merchant's father was not alive, so who was to be blamed now? The merchant himself was to be blamed. So the merchant pleaded that it was his father who had ordered for the jewelry. And then the king, what did the king do? The king just consulted his minister and ruled that he had inherited all the wealth as well as all the sins of his dead father. So he was the real culprit. As I've already told you that this was the reason why merchant was accused of his father's, you can say, wrongdoings. Now, the rich merchant was ordered to be executed by the king. A new stake was built, but the merchant was too thin to fit the stake. जब फांसी की तैयारी होने लगी तो बड़ी ह्यूज स्टेक बनी, लेकिन द मर्चेंट वॉज टू थिन. सो what happened, children? The king ordered to find a person who was fat enough to fit the stake. Now what happened? The disciple who had grown fat was found fit for the stake. So finally the king's minister, whom did they find? They found the disciple who had just who had just decided to stay in the kingdom of fools, and who ate to his full, and then he had grown fat and was found fit for the stake. He was brought to the place of execution. Okay, so after being brought at the place to the place of execution, he remembered his guru, who appeared at once. Okay, and he whispered something to him. Now they started fighting. Now who started fighting? Okay, so what happened that you can say the disciple, he just told ki okay fine, I have no problem when I get executed, because it's good for me. So they all were puzzled, the king and the minister, and they said, okay, what is it? So each wanted to be executed first. Okay, the king asked why they were fighting. Okay, so the guru explained to him that whoever died on the stake first would be reborn as the king of that country. The whoever died next would be reborn as the minister. Okay, so guru came and he just told ki okay fine, no problem. See, what happened that guru and disciple, they just started fighting ki okay first I should be executed. So everybody got puzzled ki why, like both guru and disciple started fighting on the basis of execution. So finally the king asked what was the matter, and then the guru explained that to king that whoever died on the stake first, जिसको भी फांसी पहले होगी, he would be reborn as the king of that country. और जिसको second में फांसी होगी, whoever died next would be reborn as the minister. So he just told that thing to the king, that the stake was not an ordinary stake, it was the stake of God. Okay, so after hearing this, now king also started thinking. The king consulted his minister and they decided to take their place. Whose place? The guru and the disciples' place. You can just see how humorous, how funny, how foolish the king and the minister and his ministers are. They wanted to be reborn as the king and the minister. And what happened? They went secretly to the prison and released the guru and his disciple. Then what happened? The king and his minister were executed the next morning. Okay, so this was it. And now the people requested, after when king and the minister and his ministers were executed, now the kingdom needed their new king and the minister. So what happened? The people requested the guru and his disciple to be their new king and minister, and at this both the guru and his disciple agreed. Now children, this was the entire summary of the story, the kingdom of fools. Now one thing we come to know through this story, that one should not be greedy. Okay, why? As you can see through the example, that the disciple was a food freak and he did not listen to his guru's advice. He decided to stay in the kingdom of fools. He found the food very cheap and ate every day and grew fat like a street side bull. Okay, So he became so greedy that he disobeyed his guru. One should not disobey his guru, but he disobeyed his guru out of greed. And it was his greed that, it was his greed for food that, put him in trouble. And therefore, he became the victim of the foolishness of the king. And he was arrested and sentenced to death. But the king wanted someone to be executed for the crime which was not committed at all. So the disciple fit his requirement, and so he was in trouble. And he had not been, if he had not been greedy, the disciple, he would have left the kingdom like his guru, then he would have been saved. So this was all due to the greed for food, okay, that had put disciple in trouble. So this was all. So children, read this lesson again, okay, go through the this lesson properly, read the lines properly, so that you will come to know what is the story in a more better way, okay. So, and yeah, one more thing, keep revising the stories, the lessons and the poems, because when we conduct doubt clearing classes and when we ask some questions to some students, they fail to answer, which is not at all good. So whatever is being taught, whatever is being sent to you, please revise, be thorough with it, so that you can answer. What I am not telling that you have to answer in a very appropriate way, but at least you should have the idea of what the answer should be like. Understood? So children, I hope the story might be clear to you, and try to answer the questions which will be given in your homework, okay. So till then, stay fit and fine at your home, don't trouble your parents, be happy, be loving, okay, and respect your family members, give lots and lots of love to your family members on behalf of all our Brightland teachers, Brightland family. So that's all for today, children. Thank you.